Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Messages from Above with Toni G. Toni is a world-renowned psychic medium. She has had the gift of being a psychic medium and channel her entire life. Toni hosts 2 TV shows, Create a Life You Love and Psychic Medium Toni G. She is also the author of 5 books. Being a healer and a hypnotist as well, it is her purpose and her passion to help you in every way she can. Phone lines are open now. Call in 858-365-5593 and let Toni answer your questions about life, love, finances, or help you connect with a loved one on the other side. Enjoy the show. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Messages from Above with Toni G, and thank you so much for joining me today, listening in from all around the world. It always makes me humbled to see all the places in the world that are tuning into this show. And when I look at the statistics. So thank you and welcome, everybody. As usual, as normal, I'm going to start with a clearing. And today's clearing is going to be something that I personally feel is really important for everything going on right now. So, I'm going to start with a clearing on fear. In general, fear. And a lot of people would say, I have no fear. And when I say we, I mean the guides, angels, mostly angels, will challenge that and be able to show you that you do. We all have fear. Different things. So if you're afraid of losing someone, if you're afraid of what's going on outside, if you're afraid of who will become, let's just say, president, if you're afraid of your financial situation. I mean, there are many different things I could bring up. If you're afraid you're not going to get a partner, if you're afraid there's no one out there for you, if you're afraid you're not going to get a job, if you're afraid you're going to lose your job. I'm going to tell you right now, fear does not compartmentalize. There's not a little space in your brain where if you're afraid of losing your job, that's the only fear you have. Fear will seep over then into every area of your life until you have panic attacks, anxiety, or you're just having little fearful thoughts of loss of everything. We use those what if questions, and they are logical and they're good. What if I lose my job? What if we don't have enough money coming in? Well, what if you don't lose your job? What if you're always divinely provided for? Let's flip those questions around. I mean, what if is the most powerful question you can ask, but you have to ask it appropriately. You have to use those words appropriately. I actually channeled a book called What If that has these exact questions in it. Maybe not those, but it's a transformational journey that helps you look at everything differently, to transform your thoughts and your world. So the first one is fear. The first clearing we will do today is fear. So we have fear, yes. And I'm going to make it a general clearing for fear. not fear of this or fear of that, just in general fear. There's, either we're living in fear or faith. And if we are living, and I'm not talking about religion, don't go there. We just either have faith, everything's going to be okay, or we have fear that it is not. So let's get going with the clearing on fear. Now, some of you will feel pressure, energy, heat, cool, and some of you will feel nothing. That's okay. Every time you listen to this, and because fear is such a huge, huge thing for all of us, and we've had it since, the first time we got in trouble as an infant, probably. It's okay if you listen and re-listen to this clearing on fear, and keep listening to it until you find yourself feeling light. Now, energy is the best way to gauge where you are on the faith-fear chart. Fear, and I'm going to say some things that are probably going to challenge some beliefs here. So in the terms of energy, when you are feeling light and happy, you're filled with faith. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going my way. You're in a state of joy almost. Sometimes you can even reach that state of ecstasy. Now, most of us can't stay in that state of ecstasy all the time. And on the chart, we from 0 to 100, we're typically 50 to 60. We could be as high as 80 if we wanted to, and we worked at it, just having that string of good luck. Now, good luck brings good luck. But we're always worried the other, something's going to fall out, something's going to happen. If something good happens, something bad happens. We have all these beliefs and things that we've heard throughout our life that we have to let's clear all of that away now. See, as I talk, we clear. It's awesome. But some of us, instead of being in that place of 50, which is mid-range, we drop down to, let's just say 20, 30. And that's because we're unhappy with our job, we're unhappy with our partner, we're unhappy with where we are in life or the way life is right now. We've lost hope or faith that it can change, that it will get better. So those states of unhappiness, depression, sadness, whatever you want to call it personally, are also in that fear range, because when you get there, you've lost the belief, the hope, the faith that it can get better. You're just in that place that it is where it is. Now, I'm not talking about a medical diagnosis where dopamine and serotonin and all those good things are not being released. I'm talking about, in general, on a day-to-day basis, believing this is it and there's nothing better out there. Or, even worse, this is it and I'm stuck. I can't make a move. There's no move to make. That takes faith faster than anything. And trust me, there is always, and I mean always, a move to make. There is always a move to make. There is always something we can do, something we can change, and that something 9 times out of 10 is inside of us, and we don't realize it. It's perspective. It's how we look at things, and sometimes people don't want to hear that, because they can say it's my partner's fault, it's my boss's fault, it's my the economy's fault, and some people it's the top person in the country's fault. And okay, I get that, but at some point this is bothering you, and it doesn't bother anybody else. This is affecting you negatively when it's not affecting anybody. It might not be affecting other people negatively. And if it is your boss's fault, actively pursue a new position. But if it's always been your boss's fault, actively pursue healing that. If it's your partner's fault, figure out what you can do personally to fix that. within yourself first. Now, I have this thing where everything that comes up in every relationship of mine, whether it be with my family, friends, whatever it may be, I don't look at them first. I say, okay, everybody's a mirror to me. Everybody is a mirror to me, to what's going on inside of me. So if I see good things, I know that's a mirror of what's good inside of me, and I like that. I like that situation. If I see something negative, bad, or something that makes me unhappy in the person in front of me or in our relationship, that's something going on inside of me. I first take stock and investigate inside of me because it's being shown to us for a reason. So at that point, I say, okay, let me figure out what's really going on here. Let me look at what's going on. What are the dynamics that are causing this discourse? Because the other person might be perfectly fine and not even know that I'm not happy with this situation. So it's something with me first. So I dig deep and I figure out the root of this. Where did this start? How did this start? Why is it starting? And then I do my best to clear it and or analyze it and figure it out, where this came from and why it's still affecting me. Okay? If we can do inventory on ourselves first, we will be, and let me tell you this, we will be in the place we want to be. Because if the first person that presents it to us, if it doesn't work, the next person is going to, or the next person is going to, and then the next person is going to, because they put in front of us what we need to heal. Once we heal this, our energy goes up. We feel, and here I go back all the way around, we feel lighter, happier, more joyous. Now, in those lighter states, everything starts to fall into place. It's kismet, it's magic, it's everything starts to come to us. Our intuition opens up. We start to have these incredible experiences where things just happen for us. Instead of looking and searching and not finding the right job, somebody says, hey, you know what, my company just opened up this position. I think you would be perfect for it. Instead of not being able to find the right partner, all of a sudden you bump into somebody who turns out to be maybe the perfect person. Instead of financially struggling, all of a sudden all these streams open up, or more money starts coming to you in your business or wherever, whatever it is. Now, and let's go back to fear. Whatever is in our mind, whatever we are thinking about continuously or moderately will present, because, and I'm going to say it again, I say it all the time, we are not crazy, and we create our world, our existence. We don't create other people's worlds. We create our world. So what we think, we are in some way, some magical way, creating. So if we can change that negative what if to a positive what if, we will be on the right track to create the world we really want instead of the one we feel is controlling us. Ooh, that was beautifully stated. Thank you, angels. I am going to tell you, with every ounce of what is coming through me, you and only you are in control of your life and where it goes and how you feel about it. People do things every single day that'll make us happy, sad, afraid. It's up to us to say, okay, I'm going to let that go. I'm not going to feel that feeling. That is about that person, and I am going to stay in myself. And I'm not going to invest in what's coming out of them, because that is not what I want inside of me. I need to re-listen to this show. They are on fire today, aren't they? They are saying some magic today. So if we can stay in that space of growing, cultivating, being in that mindset that we want, everything in our world changes with a snap of a finger. No two ways about it. It happens. So if we can get out of that space of fear, that programming of fear, then we're going into that space of faith and knowing is everything, and understanding. So please listen, re-listen, because clearing fear is going to change your existence and how you live. And I love this statement. I get it with clients all the time. If you were not afraid, what would you do? Who would you be? If you were not afraid, what would you do and who would you be? Now, one of the biggest fears out there is the fear of loss, losing something that you believe you need, want, can't live without. And again, fear brings about what we are afraid of, as well as faith brings about what we want. So whenever you have a fear of loss, picture yourself without it, know you'll be okay, and move on. But know when you're picturing yourself without it, like, okay, if I lost this, if I lost this, I'd be okay. The world would be fine. If I lose this partner, there are literally millions of people in this world. There's another partner. If I lose this, there are literally job opportunity after career opportunity after business opportunity. I mean, there's so much opportunity out there of different ways to make money and bring money in. There should never be a fear of loss. There's not just one thing designed for you. And I will say this with all of my heart, and I mean it with every ounce of my being. If something is taken from you, it's being taken for you. That means there's something better right around the corner. Right around the corner, there is something so much better for you. Okay, I'm going to go to the first caller. When I call your area code, please let me know your name and where you're calling from. And please have one question ready. 270.
Hello.
Hello, 270.
Joy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joy from Kentucky.
Hey, Joy. I know I've talked with you before, right?
Yes. Yes, you have.
Thank you. Thank you for calling back. Thank you. Thank you for continuing to listen. How can I help you today?
I just wanted to say real quick, I love everything you just said. I'm kind of focused on the law of attraction, and that's exactly what I woke up with in my mind, and I love that.
Okay, I love that. So now, let me tell you something now. Here's something I know you called for a reason. You're the first caller on the switchboard. That means you've been straight up waiting 15 minutes before the show, and I love you for that. I'm going to tell you, with the law of attraction, it's good to visualize. It's good to put those things on a board or however you want to do it. But also, there are two things you have to understand about bringing things to you. And the first one is that you have to believe that you can get that's for you, that you are worthy of that. You can't, like, so many people tell, can you give me the lotto numbers? Can you give me the Powerball numbers? And I'm like, well, first, let me get that down for myself, and then I'll work on you. I'm kidding. But second, you have to be prepared for that amount of money. If you're afraid, and a lot of people, they don't even realize they would be terrified to have that much money. And second, You have to elevate yourself to that place you want to be step by step. So many people tell me when they're looking for a partner, I want a man that's A, B, and C. And I'm like, you're nothing like A, B, and C. You have to get yourself to that. I could tell you a story of a friend of mine who is a lawyer, and this girl that he's dating is so uncomfortable at the restaurants that he goes to. She is 100% uncomfortable in front of his business partners and business dinners. And she says, they all think they're better. No. This has nothing to do with you don't know they think that. You're just not feeling up to that yet. Get yourself up there if that's what you want. You asked for this. Now you're uncomfortable in that. So you have to be comfortable with whatever you're asking for. So visualize and bring yourself up there in your imagination, because as we imagine, the world will unfold this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful existence for us. Baby step at a time if it has to be, but it will be. So, okay, Joy, what did you want to ask me today?
I wanted to ask
Boy, these angels will not. Huh? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I could connect or get a message from my grandmother, Minnie Ruth.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing she wants to say is, you are doing an amazing job. Ooh, girl, you just keep on going. Do not stop. I love your grandma when she comes through. I love her power and her force. She is a force to be reckoned with when she was here. That has not changed, not one bit. She wants to tell you that you have a surprise coming in March. Now, March might seem a bit away, but I'm going to tell everybody listening, March should, for the love of all that is, be the month where everything is close to good. I'm not saying it's going to be phenomenal, and in a minute I'll get to that, to the whole March thing. But you have a surprise coming in March. This is going to be just a fantastic surprise. You're going to be so delighted with what comes in March. And if I have to give you dates, I'm seeing number 2, like on a calendar. So this might be even in the beginning of March where this starts to unfold. Pay attention to Okay. Pay attention to things in February, and if you I'm going to tell you, I want you to go back, and I'll be doing clearings on relationships in future shows too, so you know that will be good. But also abundance shows. There are some abundance shows from the past that I've done. I want you to really focus in on abundance and relationship and clearing that. And in the month of February, really pay attention, because and look at everything so clearly about yourself and others without judgment, of course. And then in March, you're going to get this beautiful surprise that's starting to unfold. But then by the time April rolls around, you're going to go, can my life get better? It can. Yes, it can. You're going to be in such a beautiful place and so happy. And again, she's saying maybe that whole pre-talk was designed from your grandma, because she is saying dig deep and pull those, and she's using this word, skeletons out your closet, which means, dig deep and pull all those things that we think we did wrong, or however people want to say it. The things from the past that we look at in an unfavorable way, turn it around, and before you know it, you will be accepting yourself. And when you accept yourself, others accept you. So I'm going to do everybody listening, re-listening, has self-acceptance, and that's a big fat no. So we're going to start to clear that, because, we want others to love us, but half of us are walking around not loving ourselves, even liking ourselves. Or let me rephrase that, because people right away say, I love myself, I like myself. Okay, we have aspects of ourselves, things about ourselves that we don't love or like, and then those are the things that others point out to us, not because they're mean, but because, those up above are saying, yo, would you fix this already? Would you start to like this about you? Would you let go of this already? So self-acceptance and self-love are huge. So as long as we're on self-acceptance, and that one is hitting me hard even. Jeez Louise. Let's go to self-love. Everybody on the line listening, re-listening has unconditional self-love. We're going to go to no. So we're going to clear that now. Everybody listening or re-listening, and especially you, baby girl, that's your grandma, of course. I want to say these are heavy-duty liftings we are doing today. Fear, self-acceptance, self-love. These are heavy-duty, okay? So if you feel like you've been shook, it might be the clearings, but it's so worth it. And listen, re-listen, and re-listen, and re-listen until you get to that place where you are solid, you are empowered, and you are strong. Because let me tell you something, you were not one of us, not any one of us was put here to be meek, to be mild. Not any one of us was put here to dim down. We were put here to shine so brightly with our purpose and our passion that we lead those that are not even close to us, because they can see our light and they can feel it, and they pick up that frequency, that energy. And when they pick up that frequency and that energy, just because you're shining so bright, you may never even meet this person, but they felt you as you walked by, or as you were in the same building or the same block. All of a sudden it changed their essence, and they became better for it. And when they say to help others, this is the fundamental, instrumental way to change others, by who you are being in your core. Not what you're showing the world, not that false face you put out there with that false smile and acting like you're fronting or whatever it is, that how you would call it, but that fundamental core being of love and acceptance, because that's the true connection. And when you have that true connection, it will automatically touch everyone you come into contact with. And if it's strong enough, if you get there, and you will, it will automatically touch people you don't even see. People you don't even see, that you never know you touched. And that is where you can go. So between now and especially in the month of February, dig deep, look hard, pull out, and make sure you're moving forward. In March, you are going to get a brilliant surprise. And I wish I could tell you what it is, but they won't tell me because I can't keep a secret, apparently. That's why I'm so good at what I do. I can't keep a secret to save my life. And then in April, you're really going to start to take off. Now, if you've been thinking about starting a business or starting up your own thing, they really want you to look at what that looks like for you and what that feels like for you. Don't try to have all the answers now. They're going to come to you. I'm going to do another clearing. I'm going to up the game right here, right now. And I'm going to say there's something stopping or blocking us from raising our frequency or energy. And I get a yes on that. And we're going to clear that. And as we're clearing that, I want to thank everybody so much for calling in today, for listening, for for being a part of this journey where we all get to that place we want to be. I'm here every Monday at noon for 30 minutes. If you did not get through today, please call back next Monday. I will try to get to you. Until then, have an absolutely amazing week.